All right, guys. Welcome again to another edition of the Cook and the Coach podcast. I'm Beza. I'm the coach.
I'm Kenny. I'm the cook. Welcome. Thank you for listening. I hope you're all doing well. As I start talking, do you hear that in the background?
Yeah, what is that?
So if people can't tell, this is a garage door, and my little brother is working on his car right now. So I'm actually
perfect.
really pissed. But we'll see. Also, how about this? I'll mute my thing when I'm not talking until he's done, just so we don't have to hear the rattling. That's where we're at.
Dude, I think this is the way to go. The angle.
I think it's a good...
I've been doing this wrong this whole time. I apologize to all people who watch on YouTube. Like, not only when I'm recording here, but when I'm recording at home too. The camera's like always facing up at like my double chin.
It's like on your lap.
It is, and I'm like, whatever. But like propping it up properly now, it's like
this is a nicer angle.
This is a way more flattering angle. I don't know why I've been doing this whole time.
It's all good.
This is a way better angle. But the only problem now is that it's like shining directly on my forehead. The light is.
We'll work on it.
Forehead really is. Guys, this is not a receding hairline, okay? I just have a really big forehead because I'm Ethiopian, okay? That's clear right now.
We both have big foreheads.
Back. It's just a big forehead. It's not receding. So I got all my hair.
Yeah, we both have big foreheads. There's always the debate about like the Rihanna versus Beyonce, like who's more attractive thing. And I've generally leaned towards Beyonce, but I will say that I think part of the reason I haven't been as attracted to Rihanna was just I was like, if we ever made babies, like our forehead, like whatever child that like would have, like that forehead would be so big. Do you know what I mean? I was babbling there, but
or maybe like the foreheads would offset.
Mm.
Like the jeans, the foreheads would offset.
What are you talking? Wait, so we would both have recessive big forehead genes, and like the child would be just
like here, the hairline comes to here. Like grab over
Actually, they don't have a forehead. It's just huge eyebrows that just kind of brush back.
Yeah.
I could see that. All right, this clanging is getting incessant. I think I'm gonna go to the backyard.
Start a new one and just cut.
Yeah, I think that might be best.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll be back.
Be back.
We back. It's the garage is around the house, and so hopefully we don't hear the clanging. My dad texted me. He's like, "It sounds like the mines of Moria." It's like, yeah, that's not the vibe I'm going for. Like, I'm good.
Every time you sit there, it feels like it's a green screen.
It really does, right? It looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. Dude, check it out. I was telling you about my dad, how he's been getting used to the suburban life. We built that for him back there. And it's
nice.
There's 3 other sheds in like an intersection of lawns back there too with the other neighbors. And his is the biggest. And I was like, that's like that's some territorial shit.
Some suburban shit. It's like a
right?
dead thing.
I know. It's like
100%. Oh, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
So, we discussed on a couple of pods ago about Kanye West running for president of the United States, and we weren't sure 100% if it was real or not. At the time, it seemed like it was pretty real. Then it seemed like it wasn't real for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And now he just had his first rally like a day or two ago. And,
yeah.
Oh, my God.
I didn't watch it. How was it?
This guy's going through it.
Oh, boy. I saw little bits, and I'm actually kind of concerned for him, to be totally honest.
Like, this man is not in a state of mind to run for president of the United States, I don't think. I feel like he's dealing with a lot of, like...
It sucks.
Like, he has a lot of thoughts and, like, emotions. He's not sure how to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
I feel that. I'm concerned. The whole thing is very concerning. It sucks. It's just depressing, man. It's like we were talking earlier about how we were like, well, we're not really sure what his stances are going to be. This is all pretty new. And now he's saying stuff that is like stuff I heard super, super conservative Christians say like a decade ago. Like not even political stuff, just like religious stuff. like I heard him talking about like he's cautious about getting a vaccine because he doesn't want the mark of the beast. I was like, this is I really don't miss that conversation. I've always hated that conversation. It pisses me off.
Right.
So that kind of thing, it's like I think we talked about this with Miski. It's like he's in many ways kind of a baby Christian. And so, but we all have to hear him go through being a baby Christian, which is not ideal.
Right. And it's funny you bring that up because it's almost like people who aren't religious don't realize what this is that he's going through or feeling. We know what it is. We understand the language he's speaking with and what
we've seen
he's
this
growing through. We understand the growing pains he's going through. But like the most of the world does not understand this. Does that make sense?
No,
you know?
Yeah, they don't get it. Which is totally understandable. Totally understandable. But it's unfortunate that that's the case. It's dude. I've seen end times scrolls that people close to me own. People I love own end time scrolls. That's like you have to understand that's how I grew up. This is what I've seen. So seeing this is not that the headline isn't shocking. It's shocking. Most of the headline is not shocking. It's a bummer that it's Kanye because I'm a big fan of his. And what we were talking about, like motivation earlier, and how it's like when we have something we care about, we can work really hard, and when it's not something we care about as much, it's harder. I feel like the circumstances that surround what you're doing are so important, and I feel like there's a corollary there with Kanye where it's like I think as long as he doesn't have a gazillion political responsibilities, I think he could make a really big difference. But I just don't think. Right now, I don't think it's a good idea, which isn't exactly a hot take. I understand that's not a hot take for people, but it's just, I think he could do a lot of good, and it's a bummer as a fan of his art that he's just like going through it. Like, did you see the tweets? He had went on like a tweet spree yesterday, I think.
I heard about it. I didn't see the tweets.
Some of them. It just, I think it's like an episode situation where it's, I don't know if it's a med thing or what. Potentially. I don't know. I'm not just like major.
I mean, he's diagnosed with bipolar.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's what the thing of it is, but it seems like it just like so many, like it was almost like a just a very strange thread. But I don't know, dude.
I think it's interesting because I think you absolutely nail on the head with going back to Miski's words, where he's a baby Christian, he's going through his growing pains, he's like processing these things. But most time when someone comes to the faith, they're doing it within like their small communities, their families, their church, whatever. He's doing this in front of the world.
Yeah, sucks.
So like the things I'm saying to me and you aren't shocking because we've heard these things growing up all the time. But to a person who is not familiar with religion, these are like ridiculous things to say.
Yeah.
So to the rest of the world, it's shocking. And for me, when I hear Kanye going through this, I have empathy and, I understand that he's hurting. Whereas the rest of the world, they don't have empathy. All they see is a crazy guy on stage.
Yeah. It really
it's kind of
sucks.
sad.
Yeah, I mean, he was wearing a bulletproof vest at his own rally.
Yeah, but that's like a hip-hop style, though. That's like a thing.
Is it, though? It seems like...
Yeah. Oh yeah, every music video now, rappers got bulletproof vests on. You got on stage at concerts. It's like a thing.
Okay.
It's like
he's been talking
Vuitton, bulletproof vests and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I've seen some of that. I think he's worried about getting killed, though. I think that might be part of what's going on in his head. I've heard him mention that recently.
I mean, he said during his Pablo tour, he's like, Jay-Z, don't send the killers after me.
What?
Yeah, you remember when he said that?
I don't remember that.
He's like, yeah, Jay-Z, I know you got the killers. Please don't send them over. Please don't send them to me.
That's wild.
Yeah, man, he's going through it. I was listening to like Ebro in the morning today, and I think Ebro actually. There are moments where I think Ebro's brilliant. There's moments I think Ebro's stupid, but I think he was absolutely brilliant on this. He said that the reason why Kanye is so polarizing is because everybody loves him.
Mm.
Everyone loves the art he's put out. Everyone
Yeah.
loves his creative genius. And it's because that sometimes he'll go in a direction that's so unexpected, go in a direction that is the opposite of what the people are for.
Yeah.
That's why there's such a strong polarizing reaction to everything he says and does. As
That's
not because we didn't care about Kanye, this wouldn't even be a story in the news.
No.
But we all love and care for him and want to see his greatness. This is why it's such a big deal, because we all love Kanye and his music and what he's done with Yeezy and everything.
Right.
So him saying all these crazy things is the result of that. The reaction to that is the result of our love for him.
I think that I'm just thinking of this now, but I think that what might be difficult for him in particular is that what you were saying first, like everyone loves him, right? It's so people care about what he's saying to begin with. But it's a little bit like, I think it's a little bit like a stand-up comedian trying out like a premise. Like I think that's how he approaches ideas in general. And so
I agree with you. Yes, go on that. Yeah.
So I think that like when a comedian's like trying out a premise, the assumption is that like I'm trying to make you laugh. Like the goal is laughter. So if it doesn't work, if you're offended or whatever, like the goal was laughter at the end. That it wasn't something else. So like that's kind of like the rule there. And I think with Kanye, it's like I think he's trying to like make. I think he would say, I don't know if it's true, but I think he's trying to make the world like better and all of that jazz and make good art. So I think when he approaches these ideas, he's like thinking out loud, trying it. I think he responds a lot to the reactions of other people. And I think that helps shape it. So.
And I think that goes back to what we were saying a few minutes ago. Is like he's a baby Christian and he's having all these brand new thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the average person can have these thoughts and have these ideas in their own personal worlds and not get much repercussion for it. Right. But Kanye is like one of the biggest figures on the planet. Let's just be real now.
Yeah.
And he's having these thoughts and he's, you know, saying whatever he wants to say. You know, there's going to be huge repercussions, good or bad. So,
you know, I
kind of feel for him.
Yeah. He's a little bit like Bill Burr in that sense, where it's like Bill Burr starts with the seemingly outrageous premise and then reverse engineers. He starts with like the point and then goes back and tries to get you to agree with something you thought was offensive or like preposterous. And but at the end, you're like, even if you don't totally agree, you can like see the logic and understand that there could be a cohesive argument. Like a good example would be
sound, so you can't be mad at it.
Right. Yeah. And totally. And I think for Kanye, like a good example of that would be like, should he have rushed the MTV stage when Taylor Swift won, what was it, like the music video award or whatever? Like, no, that he shouldn't have done that. But should Beyonce have won that award and not Taylor Swift? Like,
amen.
Like that's
amen.
So you see, like, see where I'm going with that? Like, it's like, you disagree with how you like the first thing you see, but then if you reverse engineer and you're patient, you can be like, okay, well, I can kind of understand that. Still kind of a dick move or a dick thing to say, but I can understand where you're saying.
You understand the place he's coming from.
Yeah.
More so if you reverse engineer it.
Right. Even if you don't agree. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe Kanye should become a comedian.
Yeah, maybe. He had Dave Chappelle flew to visit him at his ranch this morning, actually.
When?
This morning. He like what? I think
Is that confirmed?
I saw a video of it this morning. I think
Dave Chappelle went to his ranch, or Kanye went to Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle flew out to Kanye in Wyoming, and if I had to guess, I think it's because this is I think Dave Chappelle is a pretty wise guy, and he's known Kanye a long time, so that might be something. But
if there's someone on the other side of the political spectrum who is also extremely reasonable, that could also that also has the same level of fame and influence as Kanye, that could talk him down off the ledge, it's Chappelle. He's like one of the 3 people in the world who could probably cross off all those boxes and do that. I don't think Kanye is as crazy as people say he is. I just think that he's going one, through a spiritual transformation with religion and all that, and two, he's trying to heal from wounds in the past that haven't been healed yet, and he's trying to also be a leader, which he feels like he is, and at the end of the day, I think he is in some capacity a leader.
Definitely.
He's trying to do all at the same time, and it's just overwhelming on him, and you're seeing the breakdown of that happening. And I don't think it's a thing of, oh, he's crazy. I think it's more so of there's so much going on that no one man can handle what he's handling right now.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
It's like the Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber thing where you're so famous and you have so much social responsibility that at some point you're going to crack under pressure. And you're seeing that happen with Kanye too. Mental illness or not, you're seeing it could happen to anyone at that level.
I think there's only so many people that can relate to those particular struggles, so can get I'm sure it can get tough. I just saw yesterday about the Chronicles of Narnia Netflix stuff, and I figured you would be really interested in that, but I haven't seen much. I was curious if you had heard anything about it.
Well, for the listeners, if you know me personally, you know that I'm a big Narnia head. Love Narnia. Love the movies that came out. Don Treader could have been much better in my opinion. But overall, I love the movies. And they stopped making them because 20th Century Fox sucks. And so Netflix, a few years back, bought the rights to make Narnia films again from the C.S. Lewis estate. And so far, there's been much speculation about what they're going to do with the rights to Narnia. I think it's going to make movies. There was talks about potentially making a whole TV series out of it. And if you know me, you know that I'm very nervous about this because Netflix is, for me, and I think most people agree with this, Netflix is a hit or miss when it comes to their own original content.
Well, they make so much.
They make that's why they don't make any money, because they're making so much content.
Yeah.
Most of it, trash, absolute garbage. But the ones that hit. You know what I mean?
Stranger Things.
What was that one other show? 13 Reasons Why. Hit.
Outer Banks.
I don't know what that is.
People who saw Outer Banks will get that joke. Outer Banks is it's a show that came out very recently. It's just bad. It's super cheesy. Acting's average. But it's fun. It's like really fun to watch. It's like teenage National Treasure on the East Coast.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. What was the documentary everyone was obsessed with this past year?
Tiger King.
So either their content is like through the roof amazing, or it's just the worst thing you ever saw.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of that
show of all time, The Crown, big hit. You know, is not a lot of social media hype behind it, but like it's a big hit. I mean, made them hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big. It seems like that show is one that people really love it, but it just doesn't get the hype that other shows get.
It's a show that like anyone like 30 and up would love. It's not known for like.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's such a fantastic show. Season 3 is out. I gotta go see it.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really hoping that they don't fuck this up, because I love Narnia, and I would hate to see them, do any sort of injustice.
Totally.
I have not kept up with the news over the last couple of months of what's happening, so maybe you want to fill me into what's the new details of what's going on.
I didn't really know that they had signed anything, so that was news to me. I saw some posters going around, but I don't know if those are just fan made or what. But yeah, it was more just
those are fake.
Those are fake.
Those posters going around, those are actually fake posters.
See, they got me. So I know
why they're going viral is weird to me. If they're fake posters, why are they going viral? Are people having this newfound love for Narnia, or is it just because they realize that it's on Netflix, or why is that? I'm curious on why these fake posters have gone viral.
Well, I forgot or didn't know that they had even signed, or that they even had the rights to start making them. So that was why it caught my eye. But I don't know. I'm really interested though, because it seems like they're actually going to do all 7, which is, I mean, I love those books. I listened to
Fox said they would too, but here we are.
I mean, but yeah, that's very true. Did you ever listen to the books on tape of that, like the radio theater versions of those?
Come on, dude. You know I did. Come on.
You did? Oh, good.
That was the best.
Good. I love those. I love those.
Best. Oh my God, yeah. Love those.
Me and my siblings do impressions of some of them just around the house, and they've become like really great go-to characters for jokes and stuff.
I haven't heard those tapes in years, man.
Oh, they're great.
Like over a decade.
What are the chances I still have them on my phone? Like in my music library.
Please, will we get copyrighted for this? I don't care actually. Just play it anyway.
I'm just gonna see the Chronicles of Narnia albums. Shit, I don't think I do. Oh, that sucks. What a tease.
Dude.
That's too bad.
Those are the best.
They were good, right?
So my freshman year of college, I used to play them while I was going to sleep. And Trent, nice. my roommate at the time, would like absolutely hate me for it.
Wait, did not earbuds? Like you'd play it on like a radio?
On my computer.
Oh, on your computer. Okay. Well, I get why he hated you.
I was a dick my freshman year. But sorry, Trent. I apologize for that and all the atrocities I committed. All roommates.
The atrocities.
But I digress. No, man, those tapes were like the absolute best. I miss all that.
Me too. Those are so good. How's it going?
What's up?
We're on a podcast.
What up, podcasters? How you doing? This guy, he rocks.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You too. Yeah, man. Those tapes were. I don't know. Good. Like they were kind of like poorly done in a way.
A little bit.
A little over the top. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like as a kid, like you're just in it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like totally. It's like radio acting. It's like radio theater acting, and so you have to give exposition that wasn't in the original because you're like, oh, I see them coming. Which way? Oh, there, over the green hill with the sun setting. It's like, okay.
It's a little much.
There's a lot of that. The music's great though. The actual voices are nice. Man. I really like the voices. Oh man, and then Aslan, he was just great. So over the top, in the best way.
That's one thing that like, you want to talk perfect casting. Liam Neeson in Narnia and the Fox versions of the movies. Is there a better voice for Aslan than Liam Neeson? Dude.
I don't know.
The
I thought he was pretty good.
Voice.
To be honest,
pretty good. Ken, pretty good.
He didn't stand out to me as like the.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
No. He was perfect.
I wasn't ready because I was used to the radio theater versions. Then I heard this totally different voice.
No.
I wasn't ready.
No, Ken. You want to talk perfect casting? Liam Neeson as Aslan in Narnia. They got to bring him back.
In retrospect, I think that he was a good voice for that. That might be the role that will bring him back into a favorable light. Has he made anything since some of his comments?
No, he has not. This is a perfect way. You don't even see his face. You just have him as a CGI lion again.
Yeah, have him come back.
You don't even see his face again.
Have him come back as an allegory for Jesus, and he'll win over people again. He was good. I'll give him. He was definitely good. Yeah, that battle in the first one was pretty cool too. I remember really thinking that was sweet. Like the charge. There's I think a jaguar that jumps or a cheetah or something that jumps at the beginning, and it looks really cool.
The more I think about, the third one was, I think we all agree, was kind of meh.
I didn't see it.
The first two movies were. The more I think about it, the more I realize how good those movies were. It makes me really sad that we'll never get the same people behind that film series. But
yeah, I liked the brothers,
I don't know, man.
or the siblings. They were good. Aslan,
yeah, they were great. They're great.
On the food truck, there's one of the cooks on there. He grew up listening to them too, and I randomly asked him, and he said, "Yes, I know what you're talking about." I freaked out because I'd only knew people who were in a church or a school that I went to who knew them. I was like, "You know him?" And so we were like talking about it, and I was doing like,
dude, that's the thing about like
voices.
Growing up in like, I don't even know if it's like even though it's just like a Midwest thing, but like growing up in like certain communities, like our church communities or whatever, or like our school communities, where like certain things were just like popular, and like if you find out when you're an adult that someone else had that same experience, it's like instantly connect, like the Narnia thing, or like Veggie Tales, or like just anything like that, like Adventures in Odyssey. Like you can immediately connect with like someone else who had the same experience as you growing up with those type of things in your household.
Totally.
Yeah, man.
I listened to so much radio theater when I was young. Dude, it's great. Having that connection is the best. And it's just a shot in the dark with people. You never know if they're gonna know what you're talking about.
And like even if you like didn't like really know each other or even like vibe with each other that much, all of a sudden there's like a switch where it's like, okay, like we're friends now just off of this.
Absolutely.
Like, off of this alone.
Oh, yeah, dude, I was like, I think you're my friend now. Like we've been coworkers, but I think we're friends now, dude.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. I know what you mean for sure.
I was doing like the yo show like whatever Aslan would say. Just his voice is so huge. I love it so much. Yeah, whenever those come out, we should talk about that on the pod because I am very excited.
Oh, we'll make it a whole series of podcast episodes. Definitely.
Yeah. So are they thinking about, is it going to be a show or are they doing individual movies or have you heard anything about that?
From what I hear, they're going to give each book a movie, but they're also going to have like a couple different TV series on like different eras of Narnia.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they'll do like a TV series like the Telmarine Invasion. They'll do a TV series on like the golden age of when the Pevensey children were kings and queens of Narnia. They'll do like different TV series. Kind of like what HBO is doing with Game of Thrones, where they have like the actual series, but now they're going to like other prequels and stuff, or development.
Sure.
So they do the same thing. So go with the original book structure and then branch off to like other like mini series on like different Narnia events.
That's cool. Yeah, if someone was going to do it well, it would be Netflix, and if someone would really botch it, it would be Netflix. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's the thing. It's either going to be my favorite thing ever, or I'm just going to write hate mail to Netflix because of this.
Yeah, we'll see. That would really be a bummer if it turned out bad. Yeah, that's another one of those things. Oh, by the way, we should... Oh, that could be fun. Narnia is one of those series that will continue to come back and people remember that they grew up on it and they'll hear a new version of it and people get excited. Similar to like a comic book thing or even Harry Potter's like that, Lord of the Rings, like certain like series that Star Trek is a good one, Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And I have never watched or read the Harry Potter movies or books until couple nights ago. I watched the first one because my younger sister's reading through the books, and so we watched the first one together. So we should talk.
You haven't seen all the way through Harry Potter?
No, I haven't.
Ken, I'm sitting down with you. We're watching this. We're binging.
Well, dude, no.
Yes.
We gotta. Here's the thing, though. I told my sister I would watch them with her, like as they come out. But what we should do, we should have episodes where we have at least a segment where we talk about my experience watching it, and then we compare to you who have watched it for a long time or know it well. What do you think of that? Okay.
I'm in.
I watched the first one and I really liked it, but we should talk about it.
I'm in.
At some point.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys tuning in every week. It means a lot to us. The channel is growing slowly but surely, and we appreciate all of you spreading this word of mouth and just having a good time with us every week. Again, if you want to follow us on social media, which you should, you can follow us on Instagram at podcast, the Cook and the Coach. Also Twitter at the Cook and the C1. Make sure you guys hit the notification buttons on all social media platforms just to get the updates on everything going on with the podcast. including YouTube, Spotify, Castbox, Google Music. Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you guys for tuning in. My socials, you can find me on Instagram, Beza, Baeza, and then Tensaya, Tensaie. Ken, you want to give them all your stuff?
Yeah, so I have a few different things kind of going on. So I make music. I have music on Spotify, pretty much everywhere music streams. If you search Kenny Martin Bucket List, you can find my EP there. I have a food Instagram page. It's at Haymarket Catering. That one's I've been having fun with lately. And then my personal page, for kind of just a selection of everything that I kind of do more personal. It's on Instagram at KPMartin2. So you can check all those out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. And we will see you on the next one.
See ya.